Freelancing isn't just designing or coding, it's for quotes, proposals, for contracts, invoices, deadlines, and scheduling tools. SahelWork brings it all together, from a first client contact to final payment. Every step lives in one sleek dashboard powered by Smart Assistant AI. Add clients in a seconds, draft quotes, proposals that impress, get legal signed contracts, and track tasks, projects, and payments without ever leaving the app. So if you want to spend less time juggling software and more time doing the work you love, SahelWork is your new business home.
So, what are you waiting for? Sign up for free today and get access to all the SahelWork features. Without any further ado, let's move on to our screen in a real application, and I will show you exactly how does SahelWork works. With a few clicks, you will get your proposals, invoices, contracts, anything to your client handled in a very handy way and simple way. So let's move on.
Now let's see exactly how SahelWork helps freelancers like developers and designers manage their business in one powerful place. So once you navigate to SahelWork, opening the application, welcome to SahelWork, the all-in-one business cockpit built for freelancers. So let's take a quick look at the SahelWork homepage over here. The first thing visitors will see. As you know, our application is responsive for all the devices. Okay, right on the top, you are greeted with the bold headline, Smart Tools for Smarter Freelancers. Which right, this is the main point of our SaaS. And the goal here is simple. It will let freelancers know immediately that SahelWork helps them simplify workflow, impress clients, and boost income. So scrolling down, the next section, it explains how SahelWork keeps freelancers organized, professional, and paid faster. Exactly the pain point we solve. Further down, we highlighted the core features here, from adding your first client, managing projects seamlessly, send quotes that convert, tailored proposals with rich editor with a legal signed contracts, and professional invoices. Finally, you will end up with the powerful dashboard and analytics that you need. Next, which is the pricing section, and here you can choose whatever method you can pay with all these options to pay with your subscription. You have the monthly billing and the yearly. For the yearly, you will get like almost 20% off, like 3 months for free. And also, if you are international freelancer user, you can just pay with the credit cards like MasterCard, Visa card. And if you are located in Algeria, which is a local users, you can pay with the Algeria Post, let's say applications such as Beridimob, or just with a credit card like a SIP. Nice. Next section, one of my favorite parts is the build by freelancer for freelancers. And here simply, this is where I share my own story as a founder and developer, helping visitors connect with the personal mission behind the product. And what real struggles I faced in my journey as a freelancer that led me to build such this app and help other freelancers like too, if you can read it in peace of mind. Nice. Finally, you will end up with this FAQ questions, which is a quick responses to all the questions maybe pops up in your head. And the footer keeps everything organized with the quick links, pricing, demo, contacts, and the social channels. Makes it easier for anyone to learn more or stay in touch. So this landing page isn't just a welcoming mate. It says the tons of what SahelWork delivers, a professional, intuitive experience from the very first click. Next, moving on to the SahelWork overview dashboard. And by the way, I already signed in just to access this dashboard. Don't worry, in the next 2 or 3 minutes after explaining the general or the whole overview of our application, I will walk you through exactly step by step from signing in to adding your first client, and exploring all the features in action in both roles, as a freelancer using this application, and also as a user how he can interact with his freelancer from the docs he will receive via email. So let's back exploring our dashboard overview. This is the control center for my freelance business as a freelancer. At the top left, we will see our main navigation menu here, like clients, projects, quotes, proposals, contracts, invoices, and all of them. Each section is just a one click away. So you can jump directly straight to the part of the business you need to manage. Back to the overview over here. In the center, you will notice this like subscription widget that includes the current plan paid if you have like a paid plan. And for now, it's just like the free tier. We are using it to experiment this application. It shows my subscription status here and the payment method, and actually status here is active, and the quick links to upgrade or cancel from this update payment. And also below that is a simple progress tracker for how many clients, projects, quotes, proposals, contracts, invoices, and AI usage we have used, and we can compare it to the plan limits. On the right over here, we have the key metrics. As a freelancer, I can check every day, like a monthly revenue, so I always know how much I've earned this month. Total clients I have added, so I'm working with the quotes accepted, like, and the contracts signed, and the invoices paid for a real-time picture of my pipeline, and my proposal acceptance rate over here, which is helps me see how effective my proposals are. Just below that, we will find the clients table, including all the clients we are added. In this demo experimental, I've added just a one client here, like Sarah Mitchell here. It includes the its email, her email, and the projects I have initialized for her, and the quotes I have created and sent to her, proposals, contracts, invoices, and with a quick action we can edit the client from over here. And finally, the recent activity feed keeps me updated on the latest actions across all the clients, so nothing slips through the cracks. You can just access from here to all the notifications and events that the freelancer clients have interacted with. Nice. This single page gives me everything I need to understand my business at a glance before I dive into detailed work. Now let's explore what happens when I click on a client from the table of the clients table over here. This is the client profile view. So it's your central hub for everything related to a single client. So every client you will create in this application, as a freelancer, it will has this like a sub dashboard for managing everything related to this client, to a specific client. On the left over here, you will find a quick profile card with the key contact informations like phone number, email, the client's email, and the main contact person over here, and the company details, when did he joined or created this client to deal with it, and also you can jot down any private notes here. It's like a perfect reminders or important context before your next meeting with your client. Moving to the top center, this insight cards gives you an at a glance summary. Like we have the total revenue, the draft quotes, the open projects with the specific client, the proposals has been sent, the contract signed, and also the overdue invoices here. These metrics update in a real time, so you can instantly gauge the health of your relationship with this client. Below, we will find this detail panel. It lets you like view or edit all the information or the client information in one place, like the name, company, contact, email, and also the notes you may want to add. Let's say we want to do something over here for the description and update the client immediately. The note over here, it will be updated in a real time. So each client has these tabs over here, like projects, contacts, project quotes, proposals, contract, invoices list, and everything related with it. So these tabs along the top makes it easier to dive deeper into a specific work or financial records without leaving the page. Whether you are preparing for a call or reviewing the project history, this view keeps everything organized and just one click away. Don't worry, I will test with you, I will experiment with you from the scratch, like from the scratch each feature over here, and playing the role of just stick with me. I will play the role here as a freelancer, and also I will play another role as a client to interact with these features once he received these documents in his email. So let's get started afresh by just like starting from the beginning, searching for SahelWork, navigating to SahelWork over here, and let's create a new account, sign in, so that will allows us to use the application in efficient way with our clients. So let's get started over here. It's for free, and if you are a developer, you surely have a GitHub you can sign with it, and also you have many options to sign with. In my case, I will do with Google. So that's the easiest way to sign up in a SahelWork application. Nice. Let's verify I'm a human, and in a few clicks you will get yourself signed in and using the SahelWork application. Nice. Now it will face us immediately this onboarding page. You have to add a client first to continue using the other features. So after you reading the terms, conditions, and the private policies over here, if you want, and you have to agree to continue adding your first client. With this smart client form, I captured like everything detailed about the client. Let's say the client names Omar Ali, and the company will be such as like solo web. This is just dummy data, so we can experiment the application. So in your case, just put the real infos about your client that you will deal with. In my case here, let's do a testing email here, and let's say our client is like from the UAE, just with the numbers over here, and also let's say a test description just to see how it goes around. Nice. Our client is being created. Once you back to the dashboard, you will find exactly how settled your client over here in the clients table. So you already created your first client, and you did not like creating any projects or quotes, proposals, and other features. So let's head over and creating our first project with this dummy data, like new project here, test, and let's say test description. The status, let's say our project in a progress. Deadlines, let's make it like after 2 days, and the estimate hours should be like example 30 hour. The budget here 3000, and the repository URL here if you want to add it. If not, that's no problem. And also the tech stack, you will create your project with it. If you are a developer or a designer, you will have the option to add any applications you are using. Nice. Once you hit your project, it will face you this page. It includes everything about your project. That will allow you to create tasks. For example, let's say test task 1. Description here, let's say test. The due date here, like after 2 days. The priority here should be high, example, and the status in progress. Add the task, and immediately it will we created two tasks. Sorry, you can edit here to task number 2. Update the task, and both tasks here over here in a progress status. So you can drag and drop in this draggable boxes over here, and immediately you will see the progress bar over here in a real time updates your status. Nice. The building calendar over here keeps everything on a track, and the time tracking gives me a clean, as a freelancer, gives me a clean view of progress at a glance. Nice. And you have also the weekly, the daily, and you have the list of events and or tasks, and also the yearly one. Nice. And here is the overview of our project here with all the some project summary that you made. Also, you have the option to like filter by title of your tasks. Let's say here 2, and the 1 is gone. Let's say 1, the 2 is gone. Nice. Back to the client, and at this point you may, as a freelancer, you may want to price your work for this client, and in this case you have to create a quote example. Let's say here quotation number 1, and also the expiration date, let's say tomorrow. And also you have here to add anything about the work you are doing, so whatever you are designing or developing. For example, you have to list here all the items that your clients needs to know. In my case here, let's say for example I'm developing a website, so the development here will be 1, the quantity to be 1, the rate here, let's say in a sense will be like $100 or $1,000. The discount here, you may want to add some like 5%, and the tasks here you can add whatever you want. In my case, I will let it as a 0. And here is the magic of your smart assistant AI. So this generating the terms and condition for your work, for your quotation. If you don't like it, you can just drag and drop whatever content that you want. In our case, you can also edit whatever the infos that suits your project, and also the generation of this terms and condition in 2 languages so far now. In this beta version of our application, the next versions maybe we will develop another we will allow another languages also. So once you hit create quotes, and you have this down menu option here over here, you can preview and send the quote immediately to your client. And here is the final version of that your client will see in his email. We will see that together in a second. So you have here 2 options to download the PDF if you want to like a version for yourself as a freelancer, and this is the final version that your client will see or will receive in his email. Let's click send quote. Now my client can accept or reject in 1 click, and I see their response in a real time. Also, the freelancer will get like a real time response or status updates over here. In our case, it's sent here because we send this quotes to the client. Once the client receives the email, it will shows over here. So in my role now as a client, I have to deal with this freelance email that he sent me the quotation with this quote summary over here. I have the option to download the full document, and also I have the option to see if I like it or not. So then I accept the offer or the quotation or not. In our case, let's say the client wants to accept the quote. At this point of time, the quote accepted. So dear client name over here, thanks for accepting this quote. Nice. If I wanted to reject quote, the same quote, you will have this banner said quote already responded. Nice, which is good for our work for now. And also if I refresh this page, Now the freelancer got the status updated in a real time. Also, you will have the notification bell icon over here that will show you that you have a new event or new client interaction. And once you open it, you will get all the notification over here from your clients as a freelancer over here. Nice. Now you may want to, for example, tailor a proposal to your clients. So you can also create a proposal from over here. So when the quote turns into a bigger opportunity, I send a proposal as a freelancer. So in the proposal also editor here over here, you can generate the proposal, so that will save you time, and you can just edit the proposal or add any content that you want. In our case here, let's say the project name is software app car agency as a developer role. So the client industry here over here, let's say, for example, e-commerce, and the pricing of this project will be like 3,000. And let's say the timeline over here will be like in 4 days it will be done, this project. Let's generate the document over here. Wait a second. Nice. Here is our proposal. It's been created with this smart AI, so that will help us or save us to many hours in a week, for example, if we deal with that in most of times. So this proposal, it's editable also. You can edit whatever content that you want. You can delete everything. And add in your own proposal over here and send it to your client. In our case, let's say, for example, just we wanted to deal with this font. We can also like add a table block over here, and we can add it from here also. That's not matter. Now I assume that you understand how to deal with this proposal editor page. Nice. You can also change the proposal title. Let's say car agency, and save. Also, you can also highlight the title or any part of your text over here. Nice. At this point of time, you may want to preview the latest version that a client will receive, so he can accept or reject it. Nice. You have the option to download the PDF version over here for yourself, and you can see it over here. And also at this point of time, you may want to send the proposal to your client, so he will receive it and deal with it. Nice. In a few seconds, your client will receive this proposal, and the status in the freelancer hub over here, the freelancer side over here, it's been sent the status, which means the client is reviewing and doing all the work he needs to do. So as a client role now, and when I receive the proposal, I have the option also to read the details about the proposal, and also have the option to download, accept the proposal, or reject it. In my case, let's see, this proposal, it suits me, it's perfect for me, and I will accept the proposal. So the freelancer immediately he will get notified, and he will start the work or start initializing or start creating the contract. Nice. I have also the option to download the proposal from here for myself as a client. And let's back also to the freelancer role. So here, once we refresh the page, and immediately we will see our proposal, it's been accepted from the client. Once the client is ready now, I have to send him the contract with the built-in e-signature. Nice. So let's create a new contract, and the editor, the rich editor page over here, it's similar to the proposal editor page. You can generate with the AI here, so you can save a lot of times, or you can just update the content over here that will suit your work. Nice. At this point of time, we want just to update the contract title over here. Let's say car agency contract doc. Save. And once you save the draft, you will see immediately in the contact setting over here the new data about your contract. So the client name is Omar, and the email, you can also update the email from you have to back to the details tab in the client hub and change it from there. But in our case now, let's just send in the contract to the client so he can sign in or decline it. The status is being sent from the freelancer side, and in the client side or the client role now, he will receive the contract and immediately he can review and sign in or just canceling the contract. At this point of time, as a client role over here, I'm reviewing the contract, everything is good. Now I can sign in and submit. Nice. I can also download the PDF version for myself as a client over here just to save the legal rights and avoiding any legal issues in the future uh, of this business between me and the freelancer. And here we go, the signature is been at the bottom of our contract. Also, in the freelancer side, he can also immediately see the stats is been updated as a signed over here, and he can also preview and download the version for himself. It's the same contract. Nice. All of these features are powered with the AI assistant that will save you a lot of time. What left is just like an invoice. So as a freelancer, I have to set the payment terms and tasks. The email is straight to the client after making this, filling this form over here. Let's say invoice number 1, and making the due date for tomorrow, for example, and making like a description over here. For example, let's say the line item over here should be the development price. The development price over here, quantity 1, the rate should be, for example, let's say 2000 in a sense, and also let's make a discount of 2% or a 20%. Let's be generous a bit, and the tax here should be like, for example, a 5, and you can add as many as items that you want. For example, the maintenance or something like that you want. And also you can also save times with generating the terms and notes for your invoice, and you can add whatever infos over here that suits your invoice. For example, you might want to send him the payment link over here so he can pay with it. So unfortunately, or just for the sake of this money transactions between the client and the freelancer, our SahelWork application are not responsible for anything related to the payment transactions. So in this case, so I developed the solution of like making the invoice payment here market. The freelancer here has to update the status manually of these invoices. So if the client, for example, after sending him the invoice accepted, you can immediately as a freelancer over here from send status over here to mark it as paid. That's how it should works this invoices feature. And the client over here, he will receive the invoice and immediately he can download or just reviewing it before the freelancer start doing its job. Nice. That's SahelWork. Clients, details, projects, quotes, proposals, contracts, invoices, and analytics in the dashboard or in the sub dashboard of the single client, all in one place. As I promised you in the first of the video, you will also receive here the recent activities from the client, interaction with your documents, and also you can filter over here for the less days or the less 30 minutes, or you can just clear the filter over here. Also, you have the option to view the plans and upgrade your subscription plan. That's the most popular one, standard, so you will get all these features. That's SahelWork. Start free today and run your freelance business like a pro. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.